Hello, this is Nathaniel Oxford, the Oxford, with an unboxing video today. Not literally a box, but we're going to unpack some stuff and check it out. I've got my horn here, and I'm in the new, it's not new, but it's new to this school year, my band room where I work at. So I'm going to do this unpacking video for instrument PPE for wind instruments. It's personal protective equipment that you need to use when you're in class or playing in a group with people with your brass or woodwind or other blowing instruments. So I went to the music store right before this and I picked some up. I've got it in my backpack here because I loaded it in from the car. And I'm going to follow up this video in a couple days with a how-to video for my students for how to get around the room. But for right now, I've got a 9-inch bell cover. I got the 9-inch. They had a 7-inch, a 9, and a 9-inch, and it looked like they had one that was bigger. I think this is going to be big enough for my instrument. I have a 9.5-inch bell, so hopefully that's big enough. I got a capo for my guitar, but I don't need that right now. And they had a couple of masks, and they had the Gator mask, and they have the Conn Selmer mask. And the Gator mask was a $20 mask, and the Gator mask was the Conn Selmer was a $10 mask, and the Gator mask was a $20 mask. And I don't know what kind of difference there is. I know Gator makes a lot of cases, instrument cases, so you can get an aftermarket case for your instrument. The Conn Selmer, they sell a lot of instruments. So I see a big Conn Selmer logo right on there. And so my suspicion is that there's not much difference between these masks. I want to try them both. But that maybe part of the cost of this is subsidized by the branding on it so that you'll see Conn Selmer and then want to buy a Conn Selmer instrument. I don't know if that's the case or not. It's just a guess. So let's take this off and try it on. These masks, I've seen them in videos, and so I know already that they're built kind of like Captain Underpants' tighty-whitey briefs. So on the front of them, there's a little slot that you pull back, and then you can put your mouthpiece in there, and it sort of closes around your mouthpiece. So if you play clarinet, or if you play saxophone, or trombone, or trumpet, or even tuba, this mask will work for that purpose. The flute has a special mask that encloses the entire embouchure hole so that when you blow across it, you're not spewing aerosols that might be contaminated with COVID-19. So let's see this. I've got my Gator mask. Let's see what this one looks like. They said at the store that it functioned on kind of the same principle. So I'm looking at it here, and the front looks pretty full. And then, okay, so this one's a little different. So it has a flap over the front of it like this, and then it closes down. I think the purpose of this is so that when your instrument isn't in your mouth, you can have a full mask on and be protected that way. So let's go ahead and give these a try with my instrument. They've both got adjusters on the earpieces, and they seem to work the same as my other, just my standard mask that I got from Stark Vacuum. Actually, these ones did, yeah, they came with those adjusters on there. I have some masks that I put, they're called cord locks. They're like the things that you have on the ends of coat strings and whatnot. I put some of those on masks to make them fit better. And like this glasses holder here, my mom has made some that were too big or too small work with these things as well. So one way or another, you can make these work. So let's try this one first. This is the Conn Selmer mask. I'm going to go ahead and put it on. I haven't fit it, but it came pretty well fit for my face. I've got a pretty big head, and so most things are, it's got a little piece up here that I can shape to my nose. That's nice. And then there we go. There's my thing. So now it's just like a normal mask. It has a little slit in it But as soon as we're done playing, then I'm going to put this away and put my regular mask on. So I just insert my mouthpiece into here. I haven't done this before, as you can tell. And now I've got germs from my mask and my mouthpiece all over my hands, so we've got PPE in the room for that purpose. It's a pretty big mouthpiece. There we go. Okay, I got it. I gotta have a little bit of room in it for that mouthpiece. Alright, let's see what we got. Okay. Okay, that works, and then it's kind of stuck in there for a minute. Okay, that's not bad. And then when I'm not playing, I need to make sure it's fit over my face. Okay, very good. I can see this even when we get through coronavirus. If somebody's got a cold or a flu, it'd be a good idea to use these if you're going to rehearsal and then sit maybe a ways away from everyone else so that you don't get them sick. Let's try the other mask here. This one, the adjusters aren't even on it. Let's see if I can even those up a little bit. Oh, this one is big on my face. I got the adult size. One thing I've noticed, even though I have a big head, some of the masks, like, oh, I see. So it goes through here. Some of the masks tend to be really, really big. Even on me, I have several that have like adjusters that are kind of like on tank tops. Like sometimes they have the straps that adjust. And I have some masks like that I have them tightened all the way down, and they were a small size to begin with. So I don't know why masks are sized so big, but yeah, this one, it's going to have a nice amount of room for my mouthpiece, that's for sure. So maybe I shouldn't size it down too much, just enough to fit. Oh, and this one has a much stiffer nose piece, which actually I like, so that it will, so that I know that don't have a bunch of breath escaping at the top. All right, and then let's find this slit. So I guess this slit goes like this. There we go. And I can bring it down over my, and that'll help eliminate emissions going this way. And I've got it within the hole, so it's pretty well covered. I think if I get that, for that one, if I get the mouthpiece all the way in the mouth or in the mask, it'll work a little bit better for containing aerosols, but this is pretty good too. The main thing we're looking at is when you're playing, hopefully you have a good seal on your mouthpiece, but when you stop to take a breath and then you lose a little bit of air when you blow out, I think that's what we want to try to keep from spraying. Alright, so this one's actually more comfortable for playing, but I feel like that one has a little bit more protection on it, the Conn Selmer mask. Again, this one was a $10 mask for me, and that one was a $20 mask. And this one is, it's definitely a lot lighter and flimsier. And when I pull it open far enough to get the mouthpiece in, you can see it comes open up here. So unless you play like a trumpet, even like a clarinet mouthpiece, you're going to have to open that up pretty good. So that mask might actually be better for playing wind instruments, the $20 one. It's Gator brand. All right, next, let's try my bell cover. I am the only one in the room here, so that's why I don't have a mask on. There's, I know at the other end of my building, the custodian, one of the custodians is working, and the other one is outside with the leaf blower blowing the flower petals that have fallen off of the trees. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, so there's a string adjuster on it that looks to be flexible, and then this part is absolutely not going to fit my trombone. So this looks like, so this is the opening in the bell. So for the bell, so that's not really going to work. It looked like maybe this was going to go over the bell. Maybe it does. Maybe what happens is this is so you can replace the inner filter. Yeah, so there's an inner filter in here. This is the MERV filter, MERV 13 in here, and maybe this opens up that way so you can replace it. So let's see if I can actually get this onto my bell otherwise. So the size looks really good. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get this drawstring around it. That's the serious consideration here. I don't know how that's gonna work. Let's adjust the camera down here so we can see what I'm doing with the bell. All right. Yep. No. Didn't have instructions on it. Non-woven polypropylene dual layer filter insert pocket elastic drawstring adjustment. And I can see in the picture that it's going over the instrument. Let's see if you can see this picture. There's a saxophone on here, and there's a. And see it goes over, and then over here there's a trumpet. This was one of the larger ones, so I really think this should go over my trombone bell, and maybe I just got to get it loose enough to be able to do that. Okay, let's see if that helps. The seam, I can see the sewn seam on it right here is the right size for my bell. It's a little bit bigger than my bell, and I have a 9.5-inch bell. Okay, so up, almost. So maybe there's a way I can get this thing. So no, this is tricky. I think what I'm going to have to do is go online and see somebody else who did this. Maybe the trick is I have to have this part go over my, be bigger and have it fold right here before I can. Because it is bigger than my bell at that point, but it's just a little bit small. So I might have to go and see if there's another way to do this. Or here's another idea. What if I tighten it up and then put it on my bell? Will that work? Okay, that does seem to work a little bit. Let's move some of the slack over. Okay, there we go. Let's tighten it up a little bit more. And hey, I got it. Oh my goodness, look at that. So the trick was, I thought I was doing it too tight, but I actually wasn't doing it tight enough. So now it's on, and oh yeah, it sounds like one of those velvet bags that you put over your instrument as a mute, kind of like a hat mute. Yeah, it sounds like a French horn now, a little bit. It's very metal. The bassoon players and clarinet players and viola players in front of me will really like this. So there we go. I got my PPE. Let's try the face mask again. And you're going to want to wash these face masks if you get them. Whoops, forgot to open the slot. There we go. Boom. Oh man, you got to get used to taking big breaths with the mask on while you're playing. I think the trick to this is going to be maybe keeping my horn clean and taking some of the air in from my horn. That'll help a little. Oops, I can't put that on my stand now. What am I going to do with that? I guess I have to hold it the whole time during a rehearsal. Okay, here we go. 152 minutes of rest, 153. I'm all set to go with my PPE. It's springtime. We've got 70-degree weather outside, and I'm ready for it.